Good evening, my peoples, and welcome back to the counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very, very well. Today, Arsenal travel up to Manchester to the old enemy, take on Manchester United at the Theatre of Dreams, the Theatre of Nightmares, the just the theater. So, I started the day really optimistic, my people. Just really feeling good throughout most of the day, and it was an afternoon game for the viewers here in the United States. And the entire day I was fine, really feeling upbeat about the match, thinking that we could really, really get something from it. And then probably around maybe 30 minutes before kickoff, uh, a dark cloud of dread passed over me, and it just wouldn't leave. It just wouldn't leave. So I looked at the lineup and two changes, and I'm not surprised by either one of them. Martinelli coming in for Saka. Saka, like I said in the last video, he ended the game against Newcastle injured after he scored, so I didn't really expect to see him very much today. So Martinelli comes in for him. Good for Martinelli. He scored a great goal last time. I was really enthused to finally see him in the starting lineup. And also El Neni comes in. And I understand this. Sambi Lakanga had a pretty difficult game against Liverpool, so good idea to take him out of the firing line and bring in a bit more of experience. El Neni, he hasn't played a lot this year, so that kind of worried me. But still, I thought to myself, worst case scenario, if we get out of this theater, the dreams, whatever, with a draw, I'll be happy. So the first half starts, and it was very odd. Super, super cagey. Both teams look absolutely terrified of each other, and really for no real reason. Lots and lots of sloppy passing, giving away possession, and the two main culprits when it came to that were Fred and Thomas Partey. These two, I don't know what was wrong with them today, but they just couldn't get their act together. Pass here, pass there. I don't know what I'm doing. It was just ridiculous. So after a super sloppy and very, very reactive from both teams, the start, something very, very strange happened. And I went to go watch this game with a couple of friends of mine. One of them, he's a Manchester United supporter. So we were looking at what happened for that first Arsenal goal. And honestly, we have never seen anything like that before, ever. What a bizarre passage of play. So Fred just takes out his keeper as the corner comes in. It gets headed out. Emil Smith Rowe volleys it back in, but De Gea is on the floor, back toward play, writhing around on the ground in the fetal position, tears, wailing, crying, and gnashing of teeth. Utterly ridiculous. I understand Fred stamped on his foot and it hurts, but come on, man. Come on. When I first saw that goal go in, and it was just bizarre because the ref never blew his whistle. He didn't see De Gea go down. And I guess he assumed, and everyone else assumed, that it was an Arsenal player that fouled De Gea. But it was Fred who stamped on his foot. So because he never whistled, the goal had to stand. Absolutely had to stand. And it's a bit unlucky for United, but at the same time, this is kind of what happens when you writhe around on the ground, you know, the reaction far exceeding any type of real pain you're feeling because De Gea got up almost immediately after that. He grimaced a little and looked at the camera all suspiciously and whatnot. It was just ridiculous. So, little unlucky, little fortunate for Arsenal, but 1-0. I was thrilled. After we scored that first goal, Arsenal do what Arsenal do under Arteta, and we sat back again. And honestly, I do not get that against these bigger teams. It just doesn't work. These teams, Manchester United are on a poor run of form, or at least they were, but they still have quality players. Players that can hurt you at the business end of the pitch. And what did we do? We allowed them to waltz right on in and do whatever the hell they wanted. And of course, 44 minutes, Bruno Fernandes, he scores. Ugh. El Neni and Partey, they don't get close enough. And honestly, our midfield was a disaster today. Both of them, especially Thomas Partey, just did not play well. Ball watching, they cross it in, and Bruno has an easy finish. 1-1, halftime. Ugh. The second half was a much, much better watch for the neutral. Of course, I was, in the ball of anxiety. But the second half was much better to watch. Better start, but Manchester United unfortunately seized the initiative. And I believe it was on 52 minutes. The old enemy, Cristiano Ronaldo. This man haunted my life for years. Years. I will never forget the Champions League quarterfinal where this man scores a free kick from the parking lot. It goes in, and I am in London crying. He's back again, scoring against us. And honestly, it was such a predictable goal. Tavares, because we play our left back so high up the pitch, lots of space in behind him. Rashford attacks that space, crosses into the middle again. Partey and El Neni, ball watching, not doing enough to help out the defense against a good attacking team. You cannot do that. Squares it in. Ronaldo sweeps it home 2-1 United. And oh my God, here we go. The pain just doesn't end. To Arsenal's credit, we finally woke up after they scored their second goal. And the goal that we scored, our second one, was pretty much a carbon copy of theirs. We spread it out wide to Martinelli, who had a very good game. He looked threatening the entire time. He crosses it back in, and Odegaard finishes with his weaker right foot. Oh, I do love to see it. It crawls in that back corner. 2-2. Let's go. At this point, me and my friends who I was watching with, we thought the game would just peter out and end 2-2. And honestly, at this point, I would have taken that. Honestly, my people. I did not feel very good about that second half. United really seized the initiative. And when teams seize the initiative against us, it's only a matter of time before they breach our defenses. And that's exactly what happened. Odegaard, right after he scores, I mean, the happiness just doesn't last. And he gets wrong side of Fred. Oh my God, Fred was just everywhere today, screwing up, doing great things, just all over the place. But Martin Odegaard, he gets the wrong side of him, and I have no idea what he's doing, thinking making that tackle. Stonewall penalty. They didn't even need to bring it to VAR. I mean, I'm a diehard Arsenal supporter, and I looked at that the very first time, and I thought, penalty. Oh my God. Ronaldo steps up, slots it in, blah, 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 blah. 3-2 United. From then on, the match was pretty open, but neither team really got any clear-cut chances. I think Aubameyang had 2 shots and one really good chance, but he was offside anyway. There was a big chance for Manchester United as the game got stretched more and more, but Tomiyasu, I thought he had quite a good game today. He kept Sancho relatively quiet on his side, which is why he wanted to go over to Tavares' side, who was bombing forward so much. But I thought he had a great game. He had a saving tackle there at the end. So while I have my qualms with many Arsenal players today, mainly Partey and Aubameyang, Tomiyasu, he really did quite good today. I was really pleased with him. And Ramsdale. So the match ends 3-2. Arsenal take a loss. It really is the hope that kills you. You start to think, because all Arsenal supporters were looking at that table beforehand, thinking if we can just get 3 points at Old Trafford, we have the very last Champions League spot all to ourselves. But that didn't happen. It just did not happen. So where are we now? Same place where we started the day. We're in 5th place, a point behind 4th place West Ham. What's looking like an insurmountable 8 points to Liverpool. I think that gap is starting to open up between the top 3 and everyone else. So instead of getting a little bit of a cushion between us and the chasing pack, the great unwashed, we are right back in the mud with everyone else. We are only a point ahead of Tottenham. They have a game in hand. We are 2 points ahead of the United, 2 points ahead of Wolves, and 4 points ahead of Brighton and Leicester. So we are back among the Dreck. Ugh. It's going to be a long year, my people. A very, very long year. When the season started, I thought maybe we'll finish seventh, sixth place, somewhere between six and eight. And honestly, after 14 matches, that's kind of looking like our level. I mean, we've shipped 3 goals against United. That's not a indictment of our defense, but we shipped 3 goals against them, 3 goals against Chelsea, 4 against Liverpool, 5 against City. Not looking good. I really think this year, if we can get something against ostensibly the other big clubs, great. But we really need to be racking up the points against the teams, that we're fighting for that last Champions League spot. So West Ham down. We really need to be beating up on them. So while it's not great that we lost this match, onwards and upwards. I get it. There's going to be a ton of recriminations. Aubameyang didn't play well. Partey didn't play well. And then over the 90 minutes, you can see his deficiencies. The midfield needs to be worked on. It just does, and it's going to take time. It is going to take time. This is a United team that are all over the place, and we still shipped 3 goals and we lost. It's going to be a long year, my people. Strap in and get comfortable. Thank you for sticking with me, my people. If you didn't already see, we hit 100 subscribers earlier this week, and I'm doing a free kit giveaway. So please go watch that video and follow the Counterattack's Twitter account to be entered to win the free kit. Please slap that like button and subscribe. Take care.